Graves. Billy Purvis, we've mentioned, but Catherine Sedgewick gave so much money to this town from 1800 to her death in 1850 that she needs a mention. She's forgotten. She gave loads because she was married, first of all, to a very famous Scot, John MacDonald, 17th Clanranald. He marries her up in Edinburgh. Her dad, Catherine's dad, is the famous Robert McQueen. You say that to a Scot, they'll spit, because he hung so many Scots. He was the famous hanging judge, her dad. Anyway, she marries this John MacDonald. They have a country residence somewhere in Hartlepool, probably on the front, and he dies after giving her 3 sons. She remarries a man called Thomas Sedgewick, the town surgeon, lives in Southgate for another 50 years, in which, now quite wealthy, she's given a lot of money to the church and the poor of the town. And that tends to be a trait here on the headland. Women, wealthy women, giving their time to the poor and using their money philanthropically. I went on eBay and found an envelope with a black line around it. And it was addressed to a solicitor. That's it. If you want a close look at it, I've got it in my, I have 2 files there of information that I built up as a volunteer giving tours. And the envelope is in there under C for Catherine. And this is to a solicitor in Edinburgh saying, will you get this son off my back? He's after me money. And she's very distressed. She has 6 years to live, it's 1834. And I'm wondering who this son is, and from the first marriage. And I think it's Robert MacDonald, because he follows her back down to the town. In The Victorian Delights by Robert Wood, there's a famous book with posters. That's a poster in the book. Mr. MacDonald, that's her second son, Robert, is being funded by her to do a Highland jig and an event on Scottish stuff back in the 1840s. She dies in 1850, and he follows her into her grave, does Robert, in 1862, 12 years later. So she doesn't get rid of him. I don't know where her husband is, Thomas. I think he's buried further up in a different grave, Thomas Sedgewick. But it's an interesting story of a forgotten lady who should really be remembered. And her grave is, if you go down to the far east gate, go left, it's in there, the grave's there, you can see. That's where it is, the brass is gone, somebody's took it. That's the grave to Catherine.